I'm back. Rhodes Rants for Black and White Sports. Today, very quickly, I wanted to give my predictions for NFL Comeback Player of the Year. And I just realized I've got a 49ers cap on. So this will probably come out as being a bit of a homer pick. By the way, if you like this video, please make sure you hit the like button, punch subscribe for future sports content. The channel is hosted by myself, Rhodes Rants, and John Matrix. I'm using screen share so I can just sort of touch on what I feel are the two main candidates for Comeback Player of the Year. And I will sort of talk about each one a little bit. Let me stop sharing for a minute and then we'll go back and okay. I want to share Carson Wentz first, actually. Carson Wentz did miss 5 games last year. He missed 3 games the year before. I think Carson Wentz is a candidate for Comeback Player of the Year. He had 3,074 yards. We did our MVP predictions yesterday. John Matrix and myself on a joint stream. Please make sure to check that out where we give you our picks. And Carson Wentz was in my list in the top 5. My biggest concern with Carson, and really with both of these candidates for Comeback Player of the Year, is going to be their health. Carson had a great year for when he played. Just under 70% completion, 3,000 yards, almost 3,100 yards. He had 21 touchdowns and 7 picks. Okay. Now, honestly, it's sort of I've got to say, I think really and truly, Jimmy Garoppolo is in the tougher division for his the playing against, because he's got the Rams and the Seahawks. I think the Giants could be down. I think the Redskins could be down, which is why I lean towards the NFC West as being the tougher division. Now, let me stop sharing right quick, and then I will share Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay. Now, Jimmy only played 3 games last year, and I think that actually makes him a little more of a candidate for Comeback Player of the Year. Generally, it's somebody that missed most of the season, all of the season, had an ACL tear, something like that. I'm thinking one person out there that may be a candidate for this might be Thomas Davis also, who I believe is now actually a San Diego Charger. Garoppolo will see his first preseason action in game 2 of the preseason. Now, it is a little concerning because Jimmy G didn't look fantastic out of the gate last year. He had a 90 QB rating. One of the things we discussed on the live stream is the fact that a 90 QB rating is not burning the house down anymore. You need to be up over 95, in my opinion, in this day and time at quarterback. He only had a 59% completion percentage. That also does not cut it in today's NFL. However, he does have a history prior to that. 7 games, he had a 68 completion percentage and a 67. The other thing that concerns me is in Jimmy G's last 8 starts, he's got 12 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. That's not a very good ratio at all. But I think, in all honesty, I do believe that Jimmy G is still a pretty good candidate for Comeback Player of the Year. And he would be my pick for Comeback Player of the Year. because I feel like he missed the most games and he has the most potential to sort of have a big breakout year. He was actually number 5 on my MVP voting predictions yesterday. Out of the top 5, I said he would finish 5th. And I went on a limb and I said he could be in the neighborhood of around 38 touchdowns, 8 or 9 interceptions. Okay. But he's got to get up around 3-1 touchdowns to interceptions, that ratio, and get that completion percentage up over 65% regularly. And I do believe Kyle Shanahan will do that. He's had limited time with Kyle due to injury. This is a huge year for the 49ers, particularly for Jimmy G. The contract that Jimmy G signed was big, but it was very front-loaded. The 49ers could feasibly get out of this contract after the season pretty easily. And some people say Kyle Shanahan is still a Kirk Cousins fan. He loves Kirk Cousins, and he believes he's the perfect quarterback for his system. So Jimmy G's got a lot to prove this year. He needs to play 16 football games, and the 49ers need to be very competitive. I'm talking 8-8, 8-8, 9-7, 10-6. They need to be in the playoff conversation the last 3 weeks of the season. And he needs to throw for about 4,000 yards. A lot of hype around Jimmy G. I've always liked Jimmy G. I liked him when he was with New England. I thought he had a lot of potential, but he's got to sort of bounce back and show that he can last a full season. And so does Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz needs to play 16 games. I picked them to win the NFC East. And I think they're excellent. That is a potential Super Bowl team. I have not given my Super Bowl picks yet. I will not today. That will probably be a separate stream with myself and John Matrix involved, both at the same time. Also, while I'm thinking about it, we will have, when the NFL season starts, every single week, we will have a 10 a.m. Central Sunday show, live stream, John Matrix and myself, and we will give our NFL predictions for that week, for that Sunday night, and for that Monday. And I would guess that first one may be where we give our Super Bowl predictions after we get through training camp and see if there's been any massive injuries, right? If you like this video, make sure you hit the like and click subscribe. Join us at Black and White Sports. We want to build this community strong together. No nonsense sports talk. Peace. We're out. Till next time.